Hello everyone, I'm Anmantegoda. Today I'm going to present you on OKRs framework. Before that, let me introduce myself. I have totally 8 years experience in IT and I'm currently working in Euromonitor as a tech lead. So today I'm going to present on OKRs, which is nothing but objectives and key results. So I'm going to take of the structure of the OKRs, what is OKRs, and some few example of how to set the objectives and key results. So, and this OKRs is being used by many organizations to track objectives and their outcomes. So, how to put effort to track objectives and how their efforts are being evaluated and measured in outcomes. So, in Euromonitor, we started using this framework to set and track objectives of company, team, and individual, and also in parallel, which enable us to connect company, team, and individuals. So, what are OKRs? OKRs are for is basically used to track objectives and see their outcomes, and it's also called as a framework being used by many companies, as I mentioned before. And it enables us to connect a company, team, individuals, and makes all employees work together in one directions. And also it helps to focus their efforts and to make measurable contributions. So it also helps in to measure the contribution of the individuals, of also team and also company wise. And it is stored it is basically shared across the organization so that it makes it visible to everyone, and it is visible to each and every employees of organization. And it helps to move towards the same goals since it's kept in public. As I mentioned, is visible to everyone, so make it kept public so that everyone can see what others are doing, and it helps the focus is there and makes them to move in one towards one goal and focusing on the same. And basically it's disciplines to ensure that employees work together, focus their efforts to make measurable contributions, and also it helps to align their effort and focus on effort. So the basically the OKRs, as mentioned, the objectives and key results. And what is objective? Objective is a quality goal for set of period of time and usually quarter. Basically, the objectives are set based on different organization style, by quarterly, by half yearly, or yearly. So in our organization, we are following like every quarter objectives. So we set goals for set of for quarterly. So then we measure at the end of the quarter. And the key results or quantity metrics are used to measure whether the objective has been met or not by the end of the period. End of the period by means like quarterly or monthly or yearly. And and an assessment of each results per goal, it is accomplished on average should happen. Basically that what are the assessment of each key result per goal should happen, and should happen on every quarterly, and so to make sure that whether OKR has been met or not. And one more important point is about objectives, or it's basically stretchable, so that it's not mandatory to stretch every day and to meet these objectives for quarterly or yearly, but it's required sometimes to stretch to meet key results of the objectives. So basically this is a structure of OKRs, for any organization, for any quarter or any yearly, the objectives will be max 5, like minimum 3. So 3 to key objectives on company or individual or personal levels. So objectives should be ambiguous, qualitative, and time bound and actionable by the person or team bound. So an objective, but basically what they're trying to say is like objectives should be ambiguous and code. It should not be like a straightforward. We should write 10 lines of code per day, or should write 10 deliver this project for this month. It should be objective should be an ambiguous and quality, and it should be difficult to achieve, but it should be achievable. And the key results are under each key results. We can define basically the key results comes under objectives. So the max key results can be for objective is 4 and minimum is 3, not more. And it should be quantifiable, achievable, and lead to objective grading and be difficult but not impossible. As I said, objectives wise itself, it should be difficult but it should not be at the same time it cannot be impossible. We should be able to achieve. So this way the objectives are measured using the key results. Like so, the key results should be measurable and quantifiable. So often they are numerical, but they can also show if something done or undone, also binary at zero. So as I said, it should be measurable. So key results can be given as 100%, or it can be done or not done, or it can be, for example, if you take any key results, like I'm going to complete this book by this quarter, and that book has around 10 chapters. You can give as a the measurable count as a 10, so that you can count that how many chapters you completed as a measurable things. So as people start working, they updated that indicate regularly, weekly as a good period. So how this OKR has been tracked and how they start looking other employees or other managers, how they're going to track or use this OKRs is basically in our organization, we are going to like weekly, we're going to evaluate and what has been done so far for this week. So in this quarter, so every week we're going to start seeing the status of that. What has been done, and we can also share knowledge during this weekly update, so that other person also other team members can also share knowledge across the team. So and also it makes us to see where are we and what we have to do to achieve these careers. And objectives mostly is considered done when 70 to 70% of results have been achieved. As I said, objectives should be difficult but not should be impossible. So by the time it says that it should be very difficult, so that if you are able to achieve 70 to 75% with sometimes on stretch by stretching, then it is considered as it's done. Basically what they're trying to means that objectives always will be difficult. So if you consider like put effort, your focus on that and try to achieve 70 to 75%, then it's good that you are in a correct position to tell that you're done with objectives for this quarter yearly. And what are the benefits of OKRs? The main benefit is to keep vision, goals, objective always in front of employees. So as I said that it allows us to track objectives and key results, and also it helps us, it kept public, and also it enables us to see what are the visions, goals, objectives, and align, and focus on effort and move towards the same goals. It helps in that way. And also often take just few hours each quarter to check and review the OKRs. As I said, also coming to end of the quarter or yearly to measure the OKRs, it just take few hours to see how things have went on, how things are not going, and we can evaluate and how much have been completed. So to measure the OKRs. So OKRs also followed by basically leaders and managers seeing that people start moving towards important goals, not small components. So basically it helps other managers and leaders to track and see how the employees and employees of their managing are able to see how they're moving towards the goals of company and team individuals. And there are history and usage of these OKRs, where OKRs were invented at Intel and made popular by John Deere. And currently they are being used today by many companies like including Google, MongoDB, LinkedIn, Twitter, Dinga. And also we started using in Monitor. So I'm going to take a few examples, like basically what is how it is being defined, how it is being structured, basically the standard used to set the objectives and key results. These are the few examples which help you guys to understand what the objectives can be set and what are the key results can be set, so it can be measurable. So this is one of the examples, like delight our customers. So this was maybe in background of people working as a sales. So like into 20 customers per month I get a feedback. The objective is to delight our customers. It just specifies that it's delight our customer. It's not, doesn't give any much more detail on that, but the key result will give the measurable count points, so that using these key results can measure or delight our customers. So this was the, like for example, 20 customers. If you see there is a measurable 20 customer per month and get feedback, so is able to do 15 or 16, so the objective is considered for this case is considered done. So if you able to do a 20 customer interview per month, then it's well and good enough. And increase customer retention to 90%, 98%. So if the person or he or she are able to convince a customer I keep happy and is able to retain the subscription, or the customer was subscribed for any website or any product is able to retain them, then it is good enough. Then the objectives of this key result of this objective has been achieved. And achieve product engagement of 80%. So if you are achieving product engagement up to 80%, then a key result is considered achieved. So considering these three key result, if he is able to do all this one, then the objectives of delight our customer has been achieved. So next example is improve our block strategy. So this gives objectives at high level what improve our blog strategy, but in detail key result will tell us what exactly to be done to achieve this objective. So for example, you take a publish 3 new blogs post in quarter 3. So then it is for any individual is should be able to improve our blog strategy. You should be able to regularly post a blogs. So it sets a goal that you should blog minimum at least 3 new blogs in post in Q3. So to improve our blog strategy. So and at the same time gets 50 subscribers on our blog. So your blog should be such a way that should be able to get the 50 at least 50 subscribers on our blog and reply at least 10 questions on our blog. So in this way, so it all tells that your blogging should be such a way that it gets attracted to many subscribers and is able to they're able to come up with the questions and you're able to answer. So this is about one of the objective. So these were like mainly for IT operations, like improve our IT and infrastructures, like is this one of a element system timeline in quarter 2. So normally there will be an organization that systems will be downtime will be there. So this is for them objective to reduce, eliminate, or decrease by the system downtime in quad 2. So this is what key result is tells at 0 1 just eliminate system downtime in Q2 if anything is there. So based on that. So another key result is implement a new cloud backup system and process. So to achieve or improve our IT infrastructure and move towards our latest available tools, so implement new cloud backup systems process so that it improves our IT and infrastructures. And also if anything is failure, the cloud backup will be there. So and also improve our internal IT satisfaction and response time. So and also it tells about if any ticket has been raised, how fast you responded, how fast you resolve the issue. So this are being used to meet the objective of improve our IT infrastructure. Another key result is deliver high quality products. Is basically for objective for developers and techie guys. So one of the key results is reduce average lead time to X cycle could be used, and increase test coverage to X. Like it could be like 90 or 95% or 80, depends on different applications. So it can be X can be it is X is if you think the key result should be measurable, so it's given X, so that if it is 80%, if you're able to achieve 70 to 80, then is well and good that you are able to done with this key result. And reduce cloud service cost by X percentage. It also tells that if you adopt some new practices, tools in such a way that if you're using any virtual machines or which has been from Amazon or Azure, so that so for testing or any other users, so if you're consuming lot 3-4 weeks so without testing anything, so if you provide in such a way that improve your uh, deployment and testing so that it will create the server on go and test your application, then release the servers. So in this way it will reduce the time taken to occupy by this system or used by any developers so that it can be released and used on time whenever it is required. So in this way, the cloud service cost can be reduced. So it tells that you have to adopt a new infrastructure tools to make sure that uh, to improve your deliver high quality products. In that where you can reduce the cost of our organization by reducing the resource being used by any team or any for any particular project, and reduce average response time to X. If your application response time is something take 100 and reduce to 50, so something like that. Less than critical bugs, blockers, bug reported by the users. This is normally being used by all organizations. That so there will be minimum threshold blocks of bugs being kept for any team, so that if anything is goes beyond that, then the key result is failed. So if you are able to achieve so that minimum critical bugs being reported to 4 or 3, then you're with this key result and done with results for that quarter or year. And drive quality for features in our new release key results. So this is objective and key results like identify 30 bugs. This is basically for QA team, like and derive quality for features in our new releases, like identify 30 bugs by end of the quarter, to implement new automation tool process, so improve their testing and reduce the timing in testing, and ensure no more than one critical bugs reported in Q3. So it is all about like the testing should be in such efficient that so there should not be any one critical bug reported. So it tells that it helps them to focus on their effort on to testing. Testing quality should be such a way that there are bugs being reported in production, not more than one. And I was zero regression in Q3. So whenever there is a new release, so make sure that you tested your application, made sure that there is no regression in any quarter, any year. Okay, this is all about OKRs. Few basic understanding on that. On my understanding, I have gone take you through a few points through uh, uh, key points, and I explained a few examples so that it helps you to what is OKRs, how it has been searched, and many organizations they're being following in but similar way, but in the different structure, and but when coming to end that all are like achieving objectives and key results. So thanks everyone. Hope you this was the demo was helpful for you guys to understand the OKRs what it is. So thank you.